I got put into this role, and I went into it like I didn't care if I got fired, honestly. And that sounds, I don't want it to sound rude, but it's like, fine, you put me in this role, here's what needs to happen. And I took on meetings and I went places. I'm an introvert, most tech people kind of are. But I went into meetings and talked to pastors and said, listen, if we're going to make this work, this is the way I see it, X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Kind of like, if you don't like it, then I'm not the guy for the role. I'm more like Andrew was saying, I'm not the most technical. I find the people that are, kind of a thing. So it was sort of a attitude that's not natural for me, but I was like, fine, you put me here, here we go. The other one that I would add to that is this is going to lead into our kind of leading up part of this is you kind of have to know your stuff. You don't have to be super technical about it, but one thing that I've seen hurt people more than not is walk into a meeting with an executive pastor or somebody and go, well, you either need to say, I don't know that yet, or you need to know it. So there's a confidence level in that. It's okay to not know everything. There's no way we know everything. There's people smarter than me that I lean on, but I either say, no problem, I'll get to that answer, or I have to know it. And I think that's actually a big piece of getting that respect, because I've seen guys literally lose jobs, not because they were wrong, because they just couldn't explain why. And of course, leads to a whole other discussion of not getting too technical, because you'll lose a pastor real fast if you start talking about very technical things. You have to be successful at translating tech language into pastor language, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Do you feel like you're not getting the respect, or someone's not recognizing the knowledge you bring to the table? Sometimes it's because they don't know. Like, that's okay. They're people too. And I know with a lot of us, we've already discussed, most of us are a lot more comfortable all standing in the back against the wall with our arms crossed, kind of skeptically looking at what's happening up at the front. So just us being on chairs at the front is just a complete reverse of the whole universe right here. But I've had to actually spend some time educating those around me of how to treat me. I know that sounds kind of crazy, and I don't mean it egotistically. It's just, here is some stuff that I do know, and not being technical and all that, but just here's how I can fix this for you. So that might be something to take in too. I think sometimes we expect everybody to know how we need to be treated, and that's actually lets us walk around with hurt feelings and all that, but you could educate them as well.
That's right. It's not about being the victim. It's really about coming at it with confidence. And, there was a situation, we had just finished a project for our broadcast campus, and I was in there in a meeting, and we were talking about the stage design and what it was going to look like and all that. And Craig goes, does anybody in here know what they're actually doing? And I was like, yeah, But it was me actually standing back up to him going, yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. Here's where I feel like we need to do. And it was with confidence. And he was like, okay. But he wanted me to push back. I know that me as a leader, there's a lot of situations where with my own team, I want somebody just to push back to see, one, that they've got their head in the game, two, that they're passionate about it, and three, they're willing to go the extra mile to get it done. So there's a bit of confidence that's there that you sometimes have to come back with, even if it's not like a part of you, Sometimes you just got to spine up and say, I'm not going to get run over. So.
But a lot of it is educating them a little bit on what you do and how you do it. And there is always a different way to do what you do, right? You could change. We all do things differently. Everyone on the panel here. And that's okay. But that's what your church needs to understand, is that they're going to hear other opinions and other things sometimes, and they go, well, I heard from this guy, and he says we should do it this way. And it's like, well, yeah, you could do it that way, but everything we have, it does it this way. So why don't we keep doing it this way, right? It's just a constant battle that you're going to go through, and we're going to talk about it again with some of the stuff we're going to get into here, but that was a great question.